I'm just going to take you through the process of how to complete and update your marketing plan. Marketing plan, as it says in the procedures, is a fundamentally important process to keep track of your business and where you're heading with your business and where you're planning to go. And so in this template, there's this tab here, which is what you'll complete, which is your section. And I've just created this sampling marketing plan to give you a few ideas and thoughts around how you can sort of roll this out. So I'm assuming that this is an existing business. If it's a new business, the numbers are just different. You won't start off with anything. So the important thing to track is just sort of list out where your current referral sources are. It's likely to be these areas. And the number of active referring agents or centres of influence. And it's important to keep track of this. This is an important metric. And these are people that have given you work over the last 3 months. And you want to sort of determine how many of these you'd like to grow it to, because this is obviously an important figure. You should always keep track and understand how many referral COIs you have. This is an important number. And then what you want to do is look at the sort of where you believe your number of inspections, the averages. This is a metric or a number that you should always know. And then basically set yourself a target over the next 6 months of how you want to grow that business and where you want to head to it. So once you sort of set the number of inspections you want to achieve each month, the next process is to sort of determine where are they likely to come from. So if you have an existing business, you have some information relating to that. If you're starting off, you just make some assumptions around that. And this number here should be 17% more than, or 50%, sorry, more than the target itself. So if we had 17 as a target, number of inspections, we've got to be aiming for 26, which is about 50% more. And then you just simply plug into the numbers, so it adds up. So for example, if I'm targeting 18, I need really 27. So what I would do for this month then is I would go, I'm going to get 7, maybe 3, same sort of thing, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, and so it's 27. That's my target. And so this gives us an idea of the likely sources. There's no one area, as you all know, that the work comes from. And then of course, the next phase of it is the activity that needs to take place in order to achieve these objectives. So obviously if you want to build your the inspections from centres of influence or mortgage brokers or conveyancers or existing clients, then you have to do some activity to continue to generate that work or grow it. And so then this lists out the activity that you believe you need to do. So it could be calls, meetings, presentations, need and wants, touch base with existing COIs, could be a phone call, could be a coffee. And then of course there could be outflows that you're planning, letterbox drops or handing out folders or posts on your Facebook account. So you sort of set this as activity, and this is something that gives you an idea of the sort of activity you can undertake. And if you have an established business, you know what sort of works and the level of activity needed. And then what I would also suggest is that you set yourself a target of the blend of inspections that you want to get as well, so the type of inspections, and of course there's the 3 types of the pre-purchase inspections and the other ones that may make up, and it's good to keep track of this number so that sort of very, very easily and very quickly the type of inspections, and this can obviously affect your average as well, which is an important metric, which effectively raising your average as you grow your businesses should be an important objective. And so you sort of sit down and like for example, this number here is 17. What you should be doing then is trying to determine the spread of it. So, might, for example, down here is just a manual figure that you put in, and it gives you a bit of an idea of what your targeted inspections are across there. And it'd be good to match that or have a bit extra than that, from the point of view of understanding where you'd like your inspection blend to. Down the bottom, we've got a whole bunch of suggestions of potential activity, and if you've been in the business for a while, you know what works for you and what sort of activity. So it's a fairly simple exercise. It only takes a few minutes to set up, but it gives you an idea of where you want to be heading over a 6-month period, and how to break it down, and the level of activity that you believe is required to achieve those targets. And if you do this process, and then the most important thing obviously with any targeting stuff is that you sit down and then you update it each month. So for example, once July is through, you would simply go through and put in here exactly what you did end up getting. And when you do that process, then you've got your actual number of inspections, and so you can see what's working. And then by looking at this number and looking at these numbers here, you can go back and review your sort of actions. If you did the actions, if you hadn't done the actions, then that could be a reason why you hadn't hit your targets, and to adjust. And then each month you adjust. So it's very much an iterative process of, each month doing a bit of a review. It doesn't take that long to do that. Look at where you are. If you're happy with your targets, that means your activity levels are probably correct. If not, then make some adjustments to it, and look at your blend as well. Very simple process, which once you've set this up, really to keep track of it only take a few minutes each week, and then a monthly review of your business is really valuable, and it helps you keep track of where you want to head and how to go and expand your business. Powerful tool, very simple. Would highly recommend that if you're not using it, to look at it and implement it, and benefit from the process of some simple planning activity. Ciao for now.